All right, charging the Kia back up to 80%, currently at 69 miles of range, 33% state of charge. Last time I drove for 113.9 miles, getting 3.2 miles a kilowatt hour. So on a level 2 charger, let me just get this over here. All right, so if you charge on a DC fast charger, 800 volt system, looking at 13 minutes to get to 80%. And wow, 166 miles of range. So on a 400 volt system, we're looking at 50 minutes. I just did an update on, I took my car in to get an update about the ICCU, and boy, I was getting about 220 miles of range, and now I'm getting 166 miles of range. Boy, I lost a whole bunch of range with this update that they just did. On a level 2 charger, you're looking at 3 hours and 55 minutes or 35 minutes. And a regular household socket, you're looking at 35 hours. And again, the car's guessometer is saying 166 miles. Last time I charged to 80%, I was getting 220 miles of range. So I don't know what's going on. But I just did another ICCU update through Kia, and it's really put a damper on this range. I'll see what happens tomorrow after I charge up, but again, the guessometer is saying 166 miles of range, and but last time I drove, I was getting 3.2 miles a kilowatt hour, so that should equate to a higher miles of range. But we'll see what happens. So Kia did this recall on my car, this SA599 limp home mode operation logic improvement. Right now it's I was just charging my car up to 80%. Currently the car is telling me on the guessometer 166 miles of range. Last time I charged to 80% before this recall, I was getting about 220 to 230 miles of range at 80%, usually about 220 miles of range. So hopefully this is going to impact my range, or else I'm going to take it back in and figure out what's going on. But so far, after this recall of this SA599, my range has dramatically decreased by, gosh, like 60 miles. So I'll see what happens tomorrow when I actually hit 80% and see what the actual range turns out to be. All right, so I went into the EV settings. I just had this ICCU update again, or this update that I got the other day or yesterday, and so I just bumped up the charging on the AC. You can do it here to limit so you don't have overheating issues, but I wanted to see what happens. So before I had the AC charger reduced down to 90%, I just bumped it up to 100%. I wanted to see if it overheats and it reduces power and see how long it takes to charge to 80%. But again, this is how you can adjust the AC input so you can control overheating and things of that nature. So I've jumped it back up to 100% just to see what happens. So by jumping it back up to 100%, I am getting 9.5 kilowatts per hour. It's about a 1 kilowatt more than what I was getting before at 90%. So we'll see what happens here, and see how long it takes before we have overheating issue and it dramatically tapers down from there. But we'll see what happens. But right now I'm getting about 9.5 kilowatts per hour, and the car is telling me it's going to take about 3 hours and 40 minutes to get to 80%. Hopefully the guessometer changes. If I'm only going to get 166 miles of range at 80%, I've got to take it back in, because that's going to be horrible if I only get 166 miles of range at 80%. We're about an hour into charging, and the car limited itself down to about 6 kilowatts. Now it's jumping back up to 7 kilowatts. You can see
that my app on my Emporio charger is saying that the car is the amperage to the car is being controlled down to 28 amps. Currently just getting 7 kilowatts per hour. So you can see here, let me go to an hour, that you can see here, I started charging right around 9 o'clock, and then right around 10 o'clock, about an hour into it, it drops back, it drops down. I don't know if the battery's rebalancing, but it's starting to ramp back up from 6. I'm going to see if it gets back up into the 9 kilowatts per hour or something like that. You can see that the car is now accepting another amp. So we'll see what happens over the next 10 or 15 minutes to see if it ramps back up to the full 40 amps. It has ramped back up to about 8.47 kilowatts. So far I've taken in 9.57 kilowatt hours over 1 hour and 8 minutes of charging. So the car is limiting it to 35 amps with a maximum output from a charger of 40 amps. So we'll see if it stays right here at 35 or if it increases. So right now I'm getting 8.5. And we'll see if the amps increase as it continues to ramp up. And you can see here it charges for about an hour, then I don't know if it rebalances the battery or does something, but it dips down and then it ramps back up, getting 8.5 kilowatts per hour. But again, we'll see if I get more out of that, because right now the car is limiting it to 35 amps.
To 80% so far for the month of July. I've charged 270 kilowatt hours over 6 charging sessions, 18 cents a kilowatt hour. You're looking at $48.64. This last charging session took 4 hours and 57 minutes, adding 38.63 kilowatt hours, costing $6.93.
All right, so I did charge up to 80%, currently at 79% state of charge. I'm only getting 166 miles of range